I hope what Jody and I have shared thus far has been helpful. I would like to talk about for a few minutes the importance of partnering with the local church when it comes to abortion recovery care. Statistics tell us that 1 out of 4 women, and that would be similarly 1 out of 4 men, have experienced abortion in their lives. This is relatively the same for those that are inside and outside of the church. So there are multitudes of men, women, and families in local churches who are suffering from the sin and wound of abortion in silence. Many of them live with the reality that they have committed a great sin and do not realize that the grace of God is infinitely greater. They don't understand the depths of God's forgiveness, the riches of His mercy, and the abundance of His grace. They wrongly think that the shedding of the innocent blood of a preborn baby that was killed in an abortion, though it is horrific, they tragically think that that is greater than the pure, unblemished blood of the Holy Son of God, Jesus, shed on the cross for every one of their sins, including abortion. It's not the unpardonable sin. Thus, many are not experiencing the intimacy with God that He longs for them to. As a result, there are people not serving in local churches because they feel unworthy, or others serving with the mentality that their works can somehow provide atonement for their sins. But this only leads to burnout and spiritual breakdown rather than them resting in God's grace of the fact that Jesus, once and for all, had a sacrifice for all of our sin. Thus, people are either not serving the King's purposes at all, or they're serving the King's purposes with wrong motives. The ministry of abortion recovery care is something that we can offer to the church that is needed by about 25% of most adult congregations. It is a way to help pastors to engage the abortion issue in a way that is gospel-centered and not perceived as political. It will help believers in Jesus Christ to walk in greater intimacy with God and serve Him with pure hearts that are overflowing with gratitude for His amazing grace. Those ministered to in this area will be equipped to minister to others in the church and outside of the church. And perhaps they'll have a heart to volunteer at your pregnancy center, ministering to women and men who find themselves in the midst of crisis due to an unplanned pregnancy. The ministry of abortion recovery care becomes a bridge to plug those outside of the church into a local church where they belong to a community and grow in relationship with God and serve Him and others. I'll end with this. Sadly, I know that local churches at times can be some of the most frustrating places to try and partner with. But I'm convinced that Christ wants to heal His bride so that she walks in with Him in intimacy and partners with Him in His mission. So with that in mind, let's pray that God will open doors for us to partner with local churches around us, wisdom for what He would want us to do, and faith to move ahead as He leads us. May the Lord bless you. And Jody, you can take it from here.